Africa is the second largest continent in the world, which is rich in natural resources. 30% of the world's natural resources are found in Africa. Whether it is gold, diamonds, uranium, platinum, hydro-solar energy, or gas and oil reserves, the land of Africa is also very fertile for agriculture. But despite all this, Africa is the poorest continent in the world. 40% of Africa's population is living in extreme poverty. But why is that? Despite all this, why is Africa today only known for poverty, hunger, corruption, and political instability? People generally think that all this is due to Western countries exploiting Africa for their own benefit and then mass-level corruption among African people. But it is not just that. Africa's geography also has a big hand in Africa's poverty. Similarly, there are some other factors that have brought Africa to this situation. In today's video, we will discuss what are the reasons that have made Africa so poor. First of all, there is no doubt that Western countries have a big hand in bringing Africa to these conditions. For some 100 years, Africa was part of the Britain and French empires, who exploited Africa's many natural resources for their own benefit. In the 19th century, physically strong people from Africa were enslaved and taken to European countries. Similarly, there has always been a desire to control Africa between the Western powers. Thousands of Africans were enslaved to exploit Africa's diamond and gold resources. And how many people were brutally killed? How does the Western powers do this? There is a Hollywood movie on it called Blood Diamond. You guys must watch it. What the world's largest food supply company, Cargill, has done with children in Africa to make chocolates. So no doubt the Western powers have a big hand in bringing Africa to this situation. But this exploitation was done by the British Empire in the subcontinent and also in Singapore, but all these countries are in a much better condition than Africa today. And this is where Africa's geographic problems come in. Coastline is very important for any country or continent. 80% of the world's trade takes place across the seas. Coastline actually refers to the part of the land that is adjacent to the sea. Now, on a map, Africa's coastline looks huge because it is surrounded by sea on almost every side. But unfortunately, most of Africa's coastline is not suitable for building seaports here. And so very little area of this coastline is connected to sea trade. On the other hand, Europe is smaller than Africa, but its coastline is longer than Africa. And so Europe controls 40% of the world's sea trade. Likewise, except for the River Nile, no other river in Africa is open and navigable enough to accommodate large cargo ships. Because of this limitation, trading in Africa has always been very difficult. Another thing that has caused a lot of damage to Africa financially is the sea robbers we call pirates in English. This entire area of the Horn of Africa is probably the most dangerous point in the world for cargo and commercial ships. Because there are Somali pirates who keep attacking oil tankers and other commercial ships passing through here. And that's why many countries have built their military bases here in Djibouti to protect this entire route. But there is no base of any powerful country in the rest of Eastern Africa, due to which the pirates have a lot of control here. Similarly, Western Africa has become a dangerous point for ships passing through due to pirates. In October 2013, pirates attacked an oil tanker off Nigeria and kidnapped all his American staff, looted all the oil barrels, and then released the ship's staff after meeting their demands. Such and many other events are happening all over the area, due to which most of the countries avoid this entire route to Africa. And as a result, Africa misses out on many great trade opportunities. Similarly, the northern side of Africa is hot and humid and there are large deserts. On the same northern side is the Sahara Desert, which is the hottest desert in the world. And most of the Muslim population lives in this whole area. On the other hand, if we come to the south, there are lush green forests, rain, natural resources, but the majority population here is Christian. So there is a gap between the northern and southern side of Africa. And the main reason for this is the borders that were decided by the British Empire and the French Empire in the 19th century. British Empire created such borders in Middle East due to which peace could not be done there till today. How the Western powers divided the Ottoman Empire for their own profits, and the Middle East is suffering the consequences till today. Something similar has happened to Africa. Language, religion, and culture were not considered while deciding these borders, because of which Africa has been a victim of civil war for the last 60 years. But there is one country in Africa that is changing its destiny, and that is Botswana. Botswana is the richest country in Africa today. Like other African countries, Botswana was freed from British slavery in 1963. But today, where the rest of Africa is suffering from extreme poverty, Botswana's per capita income is equal to that of Mexico and Costa Rica. How Botswana achieved all this we will discuss in another video very soon. The people of poor Africa should make an example of Botswana. They should understand that nobody is going to help them and fix their problems. And they will have to take matters into their own hands. Recently, China and Russia have come to Africa, and there have been some great developments. And Geo-Platform Africa is going to be a very important continent, and we will make a video on that very soon. If you like this video, please like it and share it with others.